Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. And our first guest here with us today is Gwyneth. Gwyneth came into us as a stray and unfortunately didn't have any information on her, so no identification tags, no microchip. Hi. So came in as a stray, no one's came down to claim her, so Gwyneth is now available for adoption. We think she's a lab mix, about a year old, and as with all young dogs, she needs some training, but she is a very sweet dog. We have not seen any bad behaviors in her at all, but she is a very sweet dog that needs a good home. Thank you. Needs a really good home, and someone that's going to spend the time and give her the training that she deserves. She is pretty outgoing, but she definitely has some shy side to her as well, and that might just be from a lack of socialization wherever she was at before she made it here. So we want to make sure that we find a place for her that they're going to spend some time with her, socialize her really well, play with her, and give her the training that she deserves. So if you're interested in Gwyneth, come on down to the Ames Animal Shelter. We'd love to introduce you to her. She is available for adoption today. And our next guest today is Sammy. Sammy is a big bundle of joy here. He was surrendered by his owners who could not care for him anymore. They had an unfortunate situation and lost their home. And unfortunately, Sammy was not in the best of shape. He had a lot of fleas. He's lost some hair in the back here. But we got that all under treatment, and he's getting medicated baths and recovering really well. We're thinking he's some kind of a pointer mix that has lots of energy. About a year old is what we're estimating. And again, he's really recovering well. His hair is starting to grow back well. And as I said with Gwyneth, all young dogs need lots of training and need to learn how to be good puppies in society. So if you're interested here in Sammy, come on down to the Ames Animal Shelter. He is going to be adopted quick, so he may even find a home before our video here is posted online. But Sammy sure is a sweet dog. He just needs a good environment that's going to get him the medical care that he needs and he deserves as such a young, sweet dog. So if you're interested in Sammy, come on down to the Ames Animal Shelter. We'd love to introduce you to him. And our next guest with us today is Delbert. Delbert came into us as a stray. We think that he's a Jack Russell Terrier type, a little on the larger side, but Delbert is absolutely scared in this environment. You may not be able to see it on camera, but he is just here shaking. Very sweet, gentle dog. We're estimating probably 7 to 9 years old, somewhere in that range. Came in as a stray, so we don't know much about him at all. He has been here with us the minimum holding time and now is available for adoption. We'd probably say for Delbert, we're looking for a home environment that's going to be a quiet environment, probably no small children because of his behaviors, and he is just so afraid of so many things and noises and everything. But we think Delbert would thrive in an environment maybe with a senior citizen, where the home environment's definitely a more quiet environment. Very sweet, gentle dog. We have not noticed any negative behaviors at all. He's just trembling here, so we'll keep this short. But Delbert is a very sweet dog. Once he gets to know you, he really warms up to you. He jumped right up here in my lap just before we went on the show. So he is a very sweet and gentle dog. He just needs that quiet environment. So Delbert is a male, again, between 7 and 9 years old is what we're estimating. Came in as a stray with no identification, so we couldn't return him back to his people. So hopefully you're interested in Delbert. We'd love to get him out of the shelter as soon as possible. He really is a sweet dog. If you're looking for an adult dog that you don't have to go through the puppy stages, Delbert might be that perfect puppy for you. So come on and meet Delbert here at the Ames Animal Shelter. And our final canine guest for the day today is Sheba. Sheba came into us. Her owner was unfortunately put in a hospital and was unable to care for Sheba anymore. So we contacted family members who also couldn't take care of Sheba. So they said that it was probably best that we put her up for adoption here at the Ames Animal Shelter. So Sheba is here available for adoption. She's about 4 years old from what we understand. She is a Belgian sheepdog. Just a beautiful, really big dog here, but just very sweet, very excited. She's here in the cat room, and I think she sees some toys over there that she'd love to go play with. But she is 4 years old. She is available for adoption here at the Ames Animal Shelter, but just a sweet, gentle dog. And as with all the rest, we haven't seen any bad behaviors with her. And I'm sure she misses her mom, who's unable to care for her now. But the family said that it's probably best if we put Sheba up for adoption now. So Sheba is available for adoption here at the Ames Animal Shelter. If you'd like to meet her, come on down to the Ames Animal Shelter. We'd love to introduce you to her. Thank you for watching that episode of Animals and Ames. We really appreciate you tuning in to watch our episodes, which are taped every other week and posted up on our website and our Facebook page. So we really appreciate people staying in touch with the what's happening here at the shelter and the animals available for adoption. I was talking to our staff recently, and we talked about doing kind of an update on the animals that have been adopted recently, and we started asking staff which ones are really going to be important to us. And I think we pretty much named all of the animals here at the shelter because they all do mean such a great deal to all of the staff here and our wonderful volunteers. So I did write down a few that I wanted to talk about and just say congratulations to their new family. Hopefully they're fitting in well in the new household. We had Astro, and almost all of these have been on the show, previous episodes of Animals and Ames. Astro was here. He was a senior cat, in pretty bad shape when we got him, and thanks to the donations that we received, we were able to help him. We had to remove all of his teeth because he had such infected gums. He's doing great in a great home with a great supporter of the Ames Animal Shelter. Sally, the black cat, she's been on the show, I think, more than once. She was adopted. She had been in the kennel for over a year, so we're really happy to see Sally go to a new home. Francine, of course, was the one that needed the ear surgery, and so many people stepped up to do that. Francine's recovering well in her new home with her new dad, and just a great adopter, a great environment for her. And we know that Francine's going to do well in that environment. Gamma's another one, a feral cat that came to us that by the time she was adopted out of here, you could hold her, pet her, and she just loved the attention. So Gamma has been adopted as well. Majesty's another one that's also came in as a feral cat, at least very little socialization, and was able to be adopted into a wonderful home, someone that we know is going to give the best home for Majesty possible. Archie, we took him up to Minnesota to the Australian Shepherd Rescue. He had a kind of a bad starting at the home that he was adopted to here, so we sent him to rescue where they're going to find the appropriate environment for him. Hugo, you may remember him, that we had to amputate a portion of his tail. He found a great adopter. The family came down to visit us here at the shelter just recently, and Hugo looks great. They just love him, and he found a really good home for Hugo. Pepper is a Bengal cat that we sent to the Bengal Cat Rescue. They came down here, I believe also from Minnesota, and picked him up, and just a great rescue. And we with rescues. And I think the rescue foster home may have been the one that eventually adopted Pepper, but we're hoping that's all going well. Way too many kittens to even name. We've had a lot of kittens this season, and we'll continue to have more throughout the rest of this season, but a lot of kittens have found really good homes, and we're really happy about that. Also, all the rabbits that we find homes for. We currently have 3 rabbits. They look exactly the same. They're all little black bunnies, but they all have very different personalities. If you're interested in adopting a bunny, come on down to the shelter. We still have those 3, and we've adopted out a lot this year. So very happy and successful adoptions with rabbits, so we're happy about that. Emperor and Empress, they were bonded siblings, brother and sister. The orange kitties, they were on the show. We adopted them to a family, and we understand they're doing well in their new environment. We've had quite a few guinea pigs, some bonded pairs and some single ones, and they're doing well as well in their new environment, so we're happy to see that. Gracie, we had a wonderful foster mom who is a good supporter of the shelter and someone who kind of stays in touch with us. And she was just a wonderful foster home for Gracie. Gracie had some behavior challenges. Definitely here at the shelter in the home environment, she was very different. But we were able to find her a new forever family, and we understand Gracie is doing really well. We've got some pictures from them and even some videos on our Facebook page. So really thankful all the people that keep us updated through those social media sites. And then of course the birds that we get in. We get a lot of parakeets and things, and just had a parakeet adoption not that long ago to a great family who are committed to adopting birds only from animal shelters and not getting them from pet stores. So it's nice to see that people know that they can get these exotic type animals from animal shelters. We do get in, as I mentioned, rabbits, guinea pigs, rats, parakeets, so a lot of different animals besides dogs and cats. And for every other animal that I didn't mention, it's not that you're not important to us, and we're not so excited that you found that forever home. There's just too many, and this show would go on forever if I just continued to mention them. But so many great adopters. We're so happy to have such a wonderful community that really cares about the animals and comes in to help them to get them adopted. So I just showed you 4 beautiful dogs. Let's get those guys adopted too, and we can add them to our success list. Thank you for watching.